We are back and ready to go for this Friday. Weekend's almost here. You can stand on your tiptoes. You can see the weekend. It is the 8th day of April 2022. I am Dan Kuntz. Very nice outside. 47 degrees. Hope you had a chance to enjoy yesterday. 65, nice, warm, pleasant. That's gone out the window. Oops, I just knocked my phone over. Forget about it. We're going to get really windy and very chilly for the foreseeable future. We're not going to see 65 again for a long time. A significant cold snap is coming our way. It begins later on today with a fairly robust cold front. It's going to come in. It's going to make us windy. It's going to drop the snow levels way down. A lot of snow in the major mountain passes. It's going to feel more like early March than early April. Once we get to the weekend, forecast details are on the way. It is opening day for the Seattle Mariners. They were supposed to play yesterday in Minneapolis. Bad weather. They canceled it. They're going to play today, although the weather isn't going to be real nice there either. We'll talk about that. Wenatchee Wild, of course, they're going to be up in Canada. Game 5 of their series against Salmon Arm. We'll preview that when we get to sports news. There is a lot of it. It was a busy day in the bullpen yesterday. In the back half of the program, we visit with our good friend Alan Walker, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, who unfortunately, since COVID came, has been quite busy. And their big fundraiser, the Empty Bowls campaign, is returning. We'll talk to Alan in the back half of the program. Let's get going, shall we? Let's see what we have out there with our cameras. What are we looking at, Uriah? Oh, of course, the Wenatchee Heights. We say good morning to that. Cherries are blooming. You notice that? Cherry orchards are starting to get a little springy out there. We like that. They're always first out of the gate. Cherries is the first of the fruit trees that begins to get the job done come springtime. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. Camera number 2. Off to Steins we go. Or is it Stein or Steins? There seems to be some confusion on that. I'm told now it's not plural. It's just Stein Hill. But I've always called it Steins. But if you look at the map, it says Stein Hill. It doesn't say Steins. Whatever. Of course, it was named after early Kashmir pioneer Bob Hill. Camera number 3. Oh, I cracked myself up. Stamen Flats checks in on your way up to beautiful Lake Chelan. That's just about where the Knaps Hill Tunnel is. You got to make that decision. Hey, don't forget, next week they're going to start doing some of that slope stabilization work just south of Aniat. So get ready for some delays there. I believe that begins next week. I'll double check on that and get back to you. So you'll be finding some delays on 97A south of Aniat as they get some of those rocks that have a tendency to fall down on the highway, get rid of those. And camera number 4. Kashmir says good morning. We're giving Kashmir a lot of love today. That's okay. We love Kashmir. We really do. So nice views this morning from our PTZ cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi. Set up. All right, we got some slides to show for you. First of all, here comes the wind. Now, the good news is it's not going to be quite as gusty today as they were originally thinking, but it's still going to be plenty windy. It's going to start out breezy this morning. It's going to get windy this afternoon, and gusts are going to be up there quite a bit. We could see gusts anywhere between 35 and 40 miles an hour, maybe not quite that strong. The strongest wind gusts today, by the way, are going to be between 2 and 4 this afternoon. That 2-hour window between 2 and 4 is where the winds are really going to be howling. Then they'll calm down a little bit as we get into the evening hours. So get ready for a blustery day. Not as windy as it was on Monday, but windy enough for most people. Now, the mountains are going to get more snow. In fact, they have a winter weather advisory. Your snow totals on Stevens Pass, you're going to get 1 to 3 inches of snow this afternoon as this cold front moves into the region. 5 to 9 inches of snow on Stevens tonight, and then 2 to 4 additional inches of snow expected on Saturday. I-90, it's going to be a little later in coming, but they're going to get more. Snoqualmie Pass is going to get 3 to 7 inches of snow tonight, 6 to 10 inches of new snow on Saturday, and then 6 to 10 inches of additional snow on Saturday night. So get ready for some very nasty driving in the mountain passes. By the way, Blue, it's going to get a little bit of snow, but not too much. Stevens and I-90 going to get a lot. Now, the 6 to 10 day temperature and precipitation outlooks have been released. They came out yesterday from the Climate Prediction Center, and as you can see, we have a very good chance of seeing temperatures below normal. In fact, not only below normal, but well below normal. We're talking 10 degrees below normal. Hey, but at least it isn't Wyoming. It's going to be really cold. So the Climate Prediction Center, the people who handle long-term forecasts, say we're in for a significant cold snap, and we could get a little bit of rain and more snow in the mountain passes. The 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook also calls for wetter than normal conditions. So get ready for cool and wet weather for the most part. And this is valid on April 13th through the 17th. So you're in the loop on that. Okay, let's do the forecast. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Clouds this morning, sunshine this afternoon. We'll be in the lower 60s anyway, we think. It's going to be breezy this morning, 5 to 15 miles an hour. Windy this afternoon, 15 to 25 miles an hour. And as we already mentioned, we could see gusts above 30 to 35 miles an hour, especially mid to late afternoon. Snow level tonight is going to go all the way down to 1,200 feet, clear skies. Overnight lows in the 30s. It's still going to be windy tonight. It will eventually die down. Wind on Saturday morning as the very last of this cold front comes through. And as you can see, temperatures below normal. Our normal high this time of the year is 59 degrees. And still a little bit of wind on Saturday. But it is a cold front. It's ushering in some cold air, and it's going to stick around on Saturday night, right around the freezing mark. Sunday, lots of sunshine. We'll be lucky to get to 50 on Sunday. It's going to be chilly. Snow level is going to be right down on the valley floor on Sunday night, but there's also no real precipitation in the forecast. Sunday night into Monday, some locations could get a little bit of light snow, and then this long stretch of cold weather continues with temperatures just in the lower 50s for the afternoon highs on Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday. Get ready for cool weather for spring. So you were forewarned. All right, 7 minutes after the hour, going to take a 1 minute break. And when we come back, we'll have your headlines on this Friday morning. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
It's going on 4 decades of doing business in the Wenatchee Valley. And I want people to know that it matters. It matters to me that people choose to do business with us. It matters that people trust us, trust us. That matters more than anything.
"49 degrees. It's very mild, very pleasant. We'll be in the lower 60s anyway today with a lot of wind and quite a bit of sunshine, cold air coming in, and it's going to hang around the Wenatchee Valley in pretty much our entire viewing area for at least 10 days or so. Long period of chilly weather coming our way, and it begins this weekend. It's 8 minutes after the hour. 84 former employees of Confluence Health who were fired for refusing to receive a COVID-19 vaccination have filed a class action lawsuit against Confluence Health in Douglas County Superior Court. The suit claims the former employees were not permitted to prove to Confluence Health that they possessed natural immunity to COVID-19 because they're working in close proximity to COVID patients at Central Washington Hospital, and they claim that the various COVID-19 vaccinations were neither safe nor effective. The plaintiffs are asking that a jury award them their jobs back, lost wages, and unspecified damages. The group is represented by Steve Lacey, with former Confluence employee Rebecca Lancaster serving as the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit. Also a plaintiff in the suit is former Eastmont School Board member Joy Daw, who stepped down from the board only months ago so she could seek work outside of the area. Link Transit is in line to receive about $2.5 million as part of the $2 trillion infrastructure bill that was passed by Congress last year. And announcing the $370 million designated for Washington agencies, Senator Maria Cantwell said the money for smaller urban areas in the state, including Wenatchee, will be distributed by the Washington State Department of Transportation. Seattle area transit programs will get more than $270 million. Spokane will get a little over $12 million. Cantwell is the chair of the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. She said the transit funding is almost a 34% increase over the money state transit agencies received from the federal government last year. Overall, more than $20 billion will be allotted to transit agencies throughout the country to modernize and expand public transportation. The state says the number of crashes on our Washington highways have gone down since 2020, but the seriousness of those crashes have gone way up. They're promoting Work Zone Awareness Month, and the Washington State Department of Transportation says in March and early April, a significant rise in serious crashes occurred. WashDOT said most of those crashes could be attributed to speeding or impaired driving. Those included a suspected drunk driver who ran into the back of a WashDOT attenuator truck on I-90 near Easton on March 22nd, 2 speeding vehicles on I-5 in Tacoma who collided and then crashed into a work zone, seriously injuring 2 state contractors. That happened on March 6th. And if you remember back on March 27th on Highway 28 near Palisades Road, a suspected impaired driver ran into the backs of 2 cyclists, seriously injuring both of them. We're still in the first week of April, but we've already had wildfires this year. This week, firefighters had to respond to several wildfires in Okanagan and Chelan counties. The State Department of Natural Resources said the Nespelem Creek fire north of Nespelem burned an estimated 200 acres on Monday. On Tuesday, the Chesaw Cemetery grass shrub fire just south of Chesaw burned about 15 acres. And on that very windy Monday, the Tarpiskin fire outside of Malaga burned just over an acre and a half. That fire was believed to have been sparked by the remains of a legal burn. Over the weekend, strong winds pushed the Tarpiskin fire towards the Columbia River, and that's when firefighters were quickly able to contain it. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is marking the first anniversary of its behavioral health unit, and they're doing so by saying the number of mental health crises that they respond to has grown rapidly in just the past 3 months. BHU Program Manager Anna Gonzalez told Chelan County Commissioners on Monday that she and fellow crisis responders Erica Hamilton went on 36 mental health calls in January, 98 in February, and 154 in March. The two ride along with sheriff's deputies most weekdays, and they cover calls in almost all areas of Chelan County. She said the goal is to divert people with mental health issues out of county jail so they can get the help they need. Gonzalez said the unit will also be developing mental health response training for Chelan County Sheriff's deputies. You're in the loop. At 13 minutes after the hour, we will have a newscast for you to wrap up the week at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. And we got live soccer tonight at 7 o'clock with the Panthers taking on the Chiefs at Leibofte Field at the Apple Bowl. In the meantime, with the preview of tonight's news, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, a cold front will cause very windy conditions today, continuing right through our Saturday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has a look at tonight's Wild playoff hockey matchup with Salmon Arm, as well as the Mariners season opener today. And you'll have a look at this weekend's high school sports action. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. And don't forget, we love to hear from you, our viewers, and who's kidding who, you're pretty good at chiming in. You can go to our Facebook page and drop us a note on the Messenger app. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. You can call us at the phone number that you see at the bottom of your screen, or you can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon. When we come back, they were supposed to play yesterday. They didn't, but they're going to play today. Opening day for the Mariners. That's our lead sports story in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
Quarter after the hour, opening day was supposed to be last week. We had the lockout, but they finally signed a CBA. Baseball is back. The Seattle Mariners get going this afternoon in Minneapolis, taking on the Twins. They were supposed to, of course, play yesterday, but Mother Nature had other plans. Now, the forecast for the Twin Cities today, snow this morning, and then partly sunny skies, and about 43 for the afternoon high in Minneapolis today, but the winds are going to be blowing as well. It's going to be chilly and cold. By the way, the Mariners provided a pump-up video to remind fans just how good they were playing at the end of last year. Remember, they almost made the playoffs. Take a look.
Are you ready for the biggest sports weekend in Seattle?
More satisfying about watching a team that's built around your future.
Build, no doubt, this is a team on the rise.
We have a sellout crowd here at T-Mobile Park. I mean, the folks are up there in the rafters.
You can just feel the energy in the ballpark tonight.
And this crowd is going to be into every pitch tonight.
Just need a base hit. You got JP's going to be flying from second. You got the bases loaded. Biggest pitch of the year here for the Mariners. 3-2. The pitch. Base hit left field. Here comes JP. Bauer scores. JP scores. Mitch Haniger. What a night. What a night.
Mitch Haniger with a 2-out, 2-run single. And the Mariners have the lead. And the crowd is going bonkers here at the corner of Edgar and Dave.
The Mariners come from behind again. What a game.
Of course, one of the biggest offseason acquisitions, the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner, came from Tampa to Seattle, and he's going to start. Robbie Ray will take the mound for the Mariners. He'll take on rookie Joe Ryan. First pitch 110 at Target Field. It'll be on Root Sports Northwest. And if you're watching Root Sports last night, you're able to watch the Kraken win. They shut out Chicago 2-0, a scoreless first period. Seattle got on the board in the second with a goal by Alex Winenberg. Jordan Eberle scored in the third. Philip Grubauer was really good between the pipes.
On the heels of a broadcasting year like no other, as Wenberg circles his way in, shot, score! And the Kraken are on the board in the first minute of the second. Wow, what a play there by Alex Wenberg. Poked ahead by Caleb Jones, and now here's Dominic Kubalik, open ice, and a wrister off the back wall. It might have hit the post. Here's a touch to Doc. Doc's got Kubalik to his left. Kirby Doc with a shot, save, rebound in the circle, cleared out by Alexiak. Rookie Lafferty back to Reichel, shot, save, Grubauer. Reichel closing in on his first point, but not quite yet. Center, and here's Yanni Gord, 2-on-1, pass to Cole in, shot, save, Lankinen. Big save, Lankinen. Exchanges pass with Seth Jones. Radish now fighting his way through traffic. Strome turns around, beats Kane, shot missed. Jones, shot off the post again. And the rebound controlled. Kane with 80 points on the season. In front, looking for Strome. Knocked down and controlled by Grubauer. Reichel and Doc along with Lafferty. DeHaan and Caleb Jones, the defenseman. Here's Eberle, drifts in, shot, score. And it's 2-0 with a $1:39 left. 2 seconds left. And that's all she wrote. Seattle comes into the Windy City, its first ever visit, and wins 2-0.
Grubauer earned Seattle's second ever shutout in franchise history. For Grubauer, it was his 20th shutout in his NHL career, and he said it was a good team win.
Really good team effort by us, protecting everything, blocking shots. It's for me, like for the goalie, I think it's incredible, difficult to stay with it, and because you see the other goalie getting peppered, and you just have to stay with it. And 3 shots, I think we can be proud of that, and we don't want to give up 16 or 18 shots against.
Next up for the Kraken, they'll be back home at the Climate Pledge Arena on Saturday. Calgary will be in town. They'll drop the puck at 4 o'clock. And again, you can watch it on Root Sports Northwest. Wenatchee Wild back up in Canada to see if they can take a 3-2 lead against Salmon Arm. Game 5 is tonight. Of course, they're tied at 2 games apiece. Wenatchee held serve on home ice. They beat the Silverbacks 3-2 in overtime and 5-1 2 nights ago. They'll drop the puck at the Shaw Center tonight at 7 o'clock. Our checker on the call on KPQ Radio, or if you're willing to pay for it, you can watch it on Hockey TV. Now, the Wild feared that they're going to be without the services of Hunter Hastings for tonight's game. He was given a game misconduct for a hit to the head during the first period Wednesday night, but he was cleared by the BCHL after watching a video that our very own Eric Granstrom took. Yeah, check it out. Hastings was accused of hitting Jake Lemons in the back of the head, but we slowed the video down and we zoomed it in. You can see that he didn't hit him in the back of the head. In fact, he missed his head completely. So the league saw the video and said, Hastings, you are good to go. He will be in the lineup for the game tonight. Again, Game 5 is tonight. Game 6 tomorrow at the Town Toyota Center. They'll drop the puck at 6 o'clock. You can get your tickets at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. High school soccer tonight. Looking forward to this one. We'll be at Leibofte Field at the Apple Bowl. Panthers trying to bounce back after their 1-0 loss at Davis earlier in the week. The Chiefs are coming off a 2-1 win over Sunnyside. Sebastian Moraga, Matt Wiesen with the call. We'll get going at 7 o'clock. Eastmont, by the way, also home tonight at 7 o'clock. They'll take on the West Valley Rams. Tomorrow on the pitch, things get underway at 11 a.m. Omak will be at Okanagan. Chelan will host Highland. And Zillas at Cascade. Afraida will host Prosser at noon. In baseball, Brewster beat Meridian yesterday, 10-0. Coming up today, Cascade will host Meridian at 1. Quincy will take on Montesano at 3. Eastmont will host Davis in a doubleheader beginning at 4. Wenatchee's on the road. They'll be in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato, to take on Eisenhower. Again, 2 games, with the first game starting at 4. Full slate of games tomorrow. All doubleheaders. They all begin at 11. Afraida's at Sela. Cascade will host Montesano. Cashmere's at Liberty Bell. Bridgeport will visit Omak. Waterville Mansfield is at home against Moses Lake Christian. In softball, Mountain Baker posted a 7-0 win over Cashmere in prep girls fast pitch softball Thursday. The Mountaineers will visit Cascade for a doubleheader today at noon. Quincy will host New Sac Valley at 1, and then Blaine at 3. And just a couple of doubleheaders tomorrow in girls softball. Sela hosts Afraida. Cashmere will visit Liberty Bell. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday, the 8th day of April at 22 minutes after the hour. The obscure holiday. Today is National Zoo Lovers Day. I'll never forget my first trip to the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle. Zoos aren't just a place where people can go look at wild animals without worry about getting eaten. They also serve a very important breeding center. When animals become endangered of becoming extinct or their population decreases, they grab a male and a female and get a couple of bottles of wine and put on some Barry White music, and hopefully they get some breeding done before things are too late. So they're a great place for endangered species to keep themselves going. And of course, it's educational as well. Fun facts about museums. The Vienna Zoo is the oldest existing zoo. It was opened to the public in 1765. The oldest zoo in this country is the Central Park Zoo in New York City, which opened to the public in 1874. There are about 350 zoos, give or take a couple, in this country. The most popular zoo in this country is Disney's Animal Kingdom. They get about 10 million visitors a year, but the highest ranked or rated zoo in this country is the San Diego Zoo, which is considered the Cadillac of zoos. For you zoo lovers out there, today is for you. I work in a zoo, and there's no animals. 24 minutes after the hour. Today in history, happy anniversary to the 17th Amendment to the Constitution, which went into effect on this date in 1913. Before the 17th Amendment, the United States Senate was elected by the individual state houses. The state representatives would elect the senator to send them to Washington, D.C. This got rid of that, and instead we directly elect our senators. Now, William Jennings Bryan, the Secretary of State, really pushed for this. He said it's stupid that we, the people, the voting people, don't actually elect their own senators for Washington, D.C., so they got rid of that. And also, before that, there was a lot of graft, and basically senators were being bought and sold like so much cattle before the 17th Amendment. That was all about favoritism and money and stuff like that. There is a sizable group of conservatives who want to ditch the 17th Amendment and go back to the old way because they say the states aren't being represented in the way they should be. Anyway, 17th Amendment is here now, 108 years old. 69 years ago today, the United States Steelworkers were going to go on strike against U.S. Steel and the 8 other major steel corporations in this country. And President Harry Truman said, we got a war. We're fighting a war in Korea. We need steel. We need all the steel we can get. You can't go on strike. And they said, we're going on strike anyway at midnight. And just before midnight, Harry Truman said, I'm just going to seize the steel mills and keep them open so we can keep making munitions and things for the war. He nationalized the American steel industry. They went to court. Harry Truman lost on June 2nd, 1952. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court, in the case of Youngstown Sheet and Tube Company versus Sawyer, said that President Truman had no authority to simply nationalize and take over the steel mills. And the strike continued. They settled the strike after 52 days on all the terms that the union wanted. He tried to prevent the steel strike by simply taking over the steel mills. Can't do that. Sorry, Harry. And I'll never forget this day. I remember it like it was yesterday. April 8th, 1974. 47 years ago today at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, Henry Aaron, Hammer and Hank, steps to the plate, takes a pitch from Al Downey, hits it over the left field wall for his 715th career home run to surpass Babe Ruth. Here it is.
He's sitting on 714. Here's the pitch by Downing. Swinging. There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron. The fireworks are going. Henry Aaron is coming around third. His teammates are at home plate, and listen to this crowd. A sellout crowd is cheering Henry Aaron, the home run king of all time. 7:15.
I remember watching that on Monday Night Baseball. What a great, great moment. That, of course, that record, Babe Ruth's record of 714 career home runs, was the most famous record in all of sports, much less baseball. Captured the attention of this country. Now, of course, Henry Aaron is no longer the all-time home run king. There are those who still think he kind of, sort of is. I'll let it go at that. And at 28 minutes after the hour, birthdays, speaking of athletics, 3 legendary athletes. John Havlicek, Hondo, born in this state in 1940, passed away a couple of years ago at the age of 79, longtime member of the Boston Celtics, one of 3 players in the history of the NBA who went to 8 NBA finals and won them all. He was 8-0 in the championship series, inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1984, and 13 times an NBA All-Star. The great John Havlicek. One of my favorite all-time baseball, maybe my favorite pitcher ever, perhaps. He and Steve Carlton, maybe. James Augustus Catfish Hunter, born in the state in 1946, died of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease, in 1999 at the age of 53. Never played minor league baseball. He was signed by the Kansas City Athletics, and before he reported in the winter, he was accidentally shot in the foot by his brother. And they had to take all of the little pieces of bullets out of his foot. Got him out of the Vietnam War. He also lost his pinky toe. And then went straight to the major leagues. 8 times an All-Star, 5 times a world champion. American League Cy Young Award. 2 times he won the wins. Pitched a perfect game. He's in the Hall of Fame. We miss Catfish Hunter, born in the state in 1946. And Felix Hernandez. You remember him? He's pictured there in an Atlanta Braves hat. Felix Hernandez is the all-time Seattle Mariner leader in wins and strikeouts. He threw that famous perfect game in August of 2012. I remember that as well. Felix Hernandez, of course, left the Mariners when his contract expired, signed with Atlanta, didn't make the team, and then he sat out for COVID, and then he signed in the offseason recently with Baltimore, and then Baltimore released him right before the start of the season a couple weeks ago, so he's still looking for a team. He says he still wants to play. I think he's probably done. All right, 29 minutes after the hour. Still to come an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then my conversation with Alan Walker, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. We'll get the latest from Alan and talk about the Empty Bowls Project, which is coming up next week. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Did you know that nearly 50% of pet poisoning cases involve human medications and prescription drugs? Sometimes the culprit's a curious dog, but cats get into their share of trouble as well. Other times, pet owners mistakenly give their pets their own medications that are safe to people but toxic to their pets. Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff care about your pets. Go to pawsandclawsvh.com for a complete list of medications to avoid or call 888-PAWS.
The 2022 Grant County Fair is excited to announce country supergroup Lone Star. They'll be playing at the fairgrounds Thursday, August 18th. Friday, August 19th, it's Cameron Marlowe. And on Wednesday, August 17th, it's the tribute bands Jukebox Heroes, Barracuda, and Stone in Love. 3 of the premier tribute bands on the West Coast. VIP tickets go on sale March 11th. The Grant County Fair, August 16th through the 20th.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCW Life channel.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Hey, this is Mike, Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I often think about the social upheaval in the 60s, and I consider those days against what we're going through now. At least now we're not having the assassinations we had back then. Then and now, there's a lot of similarities. Racial injustice, police reform, political division, but one thing I've noticed, in the 60s it seems like it was us against the establishment. Now it seems like we're more against each other. Give that some thought. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia, walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
It's gone on 4 decades of doing business in the Wenatchee Valley. And I want people to know that it matters. It matters to me that people choose to do business with us. It matters that people trust us, trust us. That matters more than anything.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, late for a meeting.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Had a surgery? Been in a car accident? Suffer from weekend warrior activities? Let Mount Stewart Physical Therapy and Chiropractic work out your aches and pains. This is Dr. Wayne Latimer. We've extended our multi-care practice to Mount Stewart Physical Therapy in Leavenworth. So, physical therapy and chiropractic. And whether you want to lift to get fit or you want to stay fit after your physical therapy, Balance Point Health and Fitness Gym is always open daily. Dr. Latimer Chiropractic Multi-Care Clinics, where we strive to do more, so you can too.
And we are back here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The topic today is the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. Empty Bowls is returning this month and then again in May. We'll get into some of the gist and the details of that here in just a couple of minutes. Yep. The executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council is our good friend Alan Walker, and we are here in the warehouse on the north side of town, not far from Denny's. We thought, why don't we check out where you keep a lot of stuff.
See where we keep everything. Yes, absolutely. So great to have you here today and promote the Empty Bowls events coming up and share folks a little bit about the inner workings of the warehouse as well.
The Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, how's business? And I'm assuming it's booming.
Business is booming, yes. Unfortunately, I guess would be the caveat to that, but things are going very well. We have the rental assistance program that we've been operating now for about 2 years. Of course, our energy assistance, we've been doing that for decades. But really the rental assistance program has been a huge need, and it's been a little niche, I guess, if you will, that we've been able to support folks here and really support the property owners and the landlords and the people that are renting. When folks come in for assistance, when they qualify, the check goes directly to the landlord. And so hopefully helping them pay their mortgage and their ongoing expenses as well.
There was a lot of red tape when this was first launched, and I believe it was last fall. They kind of made it a little bit easier for everybody to get involved in this rent assistance program?
Yes, they did. Around about September, October, some of the requirements and tracking were loosened just a little bit, which made it easier. Still a lot of accountability, of course, associated with the funding, and we do everything we can to prevent fraud. And you know, we've had instances where we're going, this doesn't sound quite right, and you dig a little bit deeper, and lo and behold, it isn't. But 99.9% of it, folks are just needing a little help.
You're up to 35 staffers at Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, which is twice what it was pre-COVID, right?
That is right.
Is this going to be? Is this a permanent thing, or is there going to be a return to normalcy, or is this the new normal for your organization?
You know, good question. A lot of that additional staff has been associated with the food warehouse, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So, you know, we've gone from 2 full-time people in the food warehouse to 6 or 7, and really where it needs to be. You know, you start moving 50 to 60,000 pounds of food a week, and you need more bodies than 2. It just takes that. So we hope that, you know, for the benefit of our employees and our staff, we hope to keep and maintain this employment level. The rental assistance could continue on for quite some time. There is some new legislation at the state level that looks like it's going to be providing some additional support. So we don't see it necessarily decreasing for the most part. Yeah.
We're here in the warehouse on North Miller, which is full of food. I guess the question is, where does all this food come from, and where is it going?
Yeah, so we receive shipments every week out of Seattle area, Redmond, and also out of Spokane. A lot of that is government commodities, food that is being purchased from farmers across the country. And then we also do a grocery rescue every day throughout Chelan, or throughout Wenatchee and East Wenatchee grocery stores, and gathering up primarily produce and baked goods that they need to get out the door a little quicker than what it's going off the shelves in the store. So we gather those items on a daily basis and then turn around and distribute those the following day. We support 22 different food pantries, meal sites, senior housing facilities throughout Chelan and Douglas County. So, you know, all the way up to Mansfield and Chelan and all points in between.
How do you know where the need is and how the food gets there? How does that work?
How does that work? So every food pantry is its own little nonprofit. and then we gather all the food and we deliver it to them. So we rely, primarily it's all volunteer driven at the food pantry level, so we rely on their volunteers to help us gauge their need. You know, how many people do you expect? And once we know the number of people they expect on any given day, then our crew is able to coordinate and pull things together based on number of bodies.
Which leads us to Empty Bowls, which is back. This is the 10th annual Empty Bowls, so it's been going on for a decade. Big fundraiser for you. The money that you guys, that your funny just doesn't come out of the air. It's got to come from someplace, and this is where our viewers and the folks in North Central Washington come in. Empty Bowls is back. Empty Bowls is back. We're glad to be back in in person. Yes. Glad to be back in person this coming Friday. The 15th, I guess I should say a week from this Friday, April 15th is the first day. We'll be back down at Pybus Market in the afternoon from 4 to 7, roughly, I think is the time. Let me check my at the local Tel Event Center.
At the local Tel, 3 to 7. Okay. 3 to 7 at the local Tel Event Center, Friday, April 15th, and then again the following month on Friday, May 13th. And we're excited to be back and bringing people together. For those who don't know what Empty Bowls is all about, it's a chance for you to not only raise money for Ellen's organization, but be creative and have fun. Give us Empty Bowls 101. Empty Bowls 101. You get a plain slate ceramic bowl and the paints and the brushes and tools to decorate it any way you want to. We have samples out. People want an idea. We have some true artists that come in. We have one gentleman that's been coming and he'll purchase 2 or 3 bowls and paint the presidents. He's going through all the presidents of our great country, and he's painting those on the bottom of the bowl, and then of course they get glazed and fired, and he has a collection now that he's painted of the presidents in his home. So yeah. And other people get really creative with it. People get really creative, and I do as well. I got really creative here just a year or two ago, and I painted it all black, and then I put the bottom of the bowl white, and it was the moonrise. It was phenomenal. Don't give up your day job. It was phenomenal. Yes, yes. My friend. Well, as you look at the photos that Alan sent us of previous Empty Bowls projects, you notice a lot of people are having fun. They're having a good time with it. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun, and all ages. We get little tiny kids and people older than you and I as well. It's hard to believe, but there are folks like that. So it is. It's for all ages. It's for families to come out. Oftentimes, you know, mom and dad will bringing the kids in, and even grandmother coming in. And my mom has done it as well. So. And it's called Empty Bowls. It's kind of an idiom, kind of a metaphor. It's the reason that they're painting bowls, and it's called the Empty Bowls event. It really is. It's a reminder that too many households have an empty bowl at the dinner table. And so it's a reminder that we're here to support our neighbors and with nutritional needs, and this is a way for us to do that. What's next for the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council? I hate to say it, the need is always going to be here, but are we in some kind of a vicious cycle that seems to be getting bigger and bigger when it comes to the folks who do what you do so well? Is it? It seems like it. You know, we thought, you know, through the COVID or through the last 24, 25 months of the pandemic that things would kind of settle down once we return to normal, whatever that normal is. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing it through our food distribution. We're not seeing it with rental assistance or energy assistance or the needs for literacy or financial education. The needs just continue to grow. And part of it may be, I think, is there's certainly been an increase in awareness. I think for a long time, even though we've been a part of the community for coming on to 57 years, we were kind of a secret to a lot of people, and they didn't realize that there was a place to turn for help. And now people know that we're here, and we'll do whatever we can. Outside of the Empty Bowls project, what can people do who don't need the services at the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, but they still want to help out? Yeah. Can you take volunteers for projects and things? How do people give you guys a helping hand? Absolutely. We take volunteers. In fact, we just did a little summation of our volunteers. I think we currently have about 272 volunteers on our roster, so to speak. So we utilize volunteers tremendously. to support the food operation. There's also the green bag program. And we provide you with a green shopping bag, and every other month we collect that from you. And when you go to the grocery store, you pick up an extra bottle of ketchup or a can of soup and you put it in that bag, and that goes out to our families in need. And it's always interesting, we get things that we don't normally get. Condiments is one of the big requests. We don't get condiments. We don't get jars of pickles or mustard or mayonnaise or those type of things. So condiments is one of those things that when people say, well, what can I put in my green bag? And condiments, salad dressing, things that you use every day as well.
We need to do a couple of shout outs. When you think about utility companies, you think they're big and they're faceless and they take your money for something that you have to have.
Yeah.
Cascade Natural Gas doesn't have anything to do with this, so they don't want to, but they said, no, we're in.
Yeah,
they're in. That.
Yeah, Cascade Natural Gas, their Washington Energy Assistance Fund is our primary sponsor for the Empty Bowls event. We don't have a huge natural gas service in our area here, but they're one of our partners. We work with them on a regular basis. And they said, hey, we like this idea. We want to support the community that we provide services to as well. And so they're our primary sponsor for the Empty Bowls.
Good for them.
Yes, it is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some money, that an organization that people don't necessarily think of right off the bat when they think, oh, wow, so-and-so is sponsoring. Well, of course they're sponsoring, but Cascade Natural Gas. Yes.
Good for them.
Yes.
Let's wrap this up, Alan. What's a good day for Alan Walker and the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council?
Oh man, Dan, every day's a great day.
Is it?
It is.
You're not just saying that.
I am not saying that. You can ask the staff. They'll say the same thing. I get there before anybody else just because I want to be there when somebody walks in the door, and just to kick off their day with a smile and welcome to the office type of approach. And so it is. I love what I'm doing. I love being a part of this community, and every day's a great day.
And it's about giving people just a little helping hand. It's not a permanent thing. It's like I need a little help now and again.
Yeah.
That's what you're there for.
Yes.
Hopefully send them on the way to self-sustainability, I guess.
Absolutely, and that's our end of the day. That's our objective with everybody that walks in the door.
Let's recap again. Empty Bowls at the local Event Center at the Pybus Public Market, Friday the 15th of April, and then Friday the 13th of May. Everything that you need is on the website that Alan will give you right now.
www, of course, cdcac.org. So Chelan Douglas Community Action Council.
Alan, it's great to see you. And don't forget, reserve your bowl and get creative and start thinking about it.
$15 donation is all it is.
Alan, it's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you as well.
And you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
I felt so alone, like I had no one to help me.
I felt like I could never control my anger. Why am I so angry?
I was stuck in a cycle of addiction. I felt like I had no way out.
Are you hurting? You are not alone. It's time for God to do what no man can do. Come join us for Redemption Recovery at Sage Hills Church, Thursdays at 6 p.m.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Had a surgery? Been in a car accident? Suffer from weekend warrior activities? Let Mount Stewart Physical Therapy and Chiropractic work out your aches and pains. This is Dr. Wayne Latimer. We've extended our multi-care practice to Mount Stewart Physical Therapy in Leavenworth. So, physical therapy and chiropractic. And whether you want to lift to get fit or you want to stay fit after your physical therapy, Balance Point Health and Fitness Gym is always open daily. Dr. Latimer Chiropractic Multi-Care Clinics, where we strive to do more, so you can too.
The best pizza in the known universe is right here in downtown Chelan, so come on up. For the best locally crafted beer and barbecue in Chelan, come on up.
For the best down-home scratch country cooking in North Central Washington, you'll find it in Manson. Come on up.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up.
All right, getting ready to wrap up another week edition, or not week. It was a very strong week of programs here. Wake up, Wenatchee Valley. It's Friday. I don't know what's going on, but let's recap what we have expected from Mother Nature's curveballs that she's going to throw us. As we mentioned at the top of the show, big time cold front's going to move into the region today, and by the end of the day today, it's going to be here, and that means some pretty strong winds coming. Look where you live. You can see the wind direction and the gusts. These are not sustained winds. These are the gusts. They're going to pop up, especially between 2 and 4. They tell us between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock this afternoon is when the wind is going to be at its peak, but it's going to go from breezy to windy to very windy between 2 and 4. And it's actually going to stay fairly windy tonight and for a good deal of Saturday morning before the cold front begins to exit the area and head off towards Montana. That'll happen on Saturday night, but unfortunately it's also bringing in some cold air. We'll get to that in just a minute. Now, mountain snow. Yeah, they have a winter weather advisory up and running for the Cascades. Here's your snow. Right now it's fine, by the way. In fact, right now, go if you need to, because it's going to get really bad. Stevens Pass is expecting 1 to 3 inches of snow this afternoon, 5 to 9 inches of snow tonight, and then 2 to 4 inches of snow on Saturday. It's going to be worse on I-90, as they're expecting 3 to 7 inches of snow tonight at the summit of Snoqualmie Pass, 6 to 10 inches of snow throughout the day on Saturday, and then another 6 to 10 inches of snow on Saturday night. So basically, it's going to start snowing late this afternoon into the early evening hours on both Stevens and I-90, and it's really not going to stop until Saturday night. So big time winter driving conditions. You can expect those in the Cascades. Now, the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook was issued yesterday by the Climate Prediction Center. That big blue thing, that means cold. We have about a 70 to 80% chance of having our temperatures below normal starting April 13th and going through the 17th, but it's actually going to start tomorrow. So we're looking at an extended period of at least 10 days of our temperatures being below normal, and the chance of precipitation is also significantly better than 50-50. So it looks like for into the mid-April, we have a pretty good chance of having temperatures either below normal or well below normal and wetter than normal conditions. So that's the long-term forecast from the Climate Prediction Center, and those folks are pretty good at what they're doing. With that out of the way, here is your forecast in detail from the National Weather Service. High clouds this morning. This cold front's going to knock those clouds out of here. We'll see sunshine by mid-morning if it's not already happening. High today in the lower 60s, 59, 60, right around there. Breezy this morning, windy this afternoon, very windy. Late in the afternoon, winds gusting upwards of 35, 36, 37 miles an hour. Sustained winds right around 20 miles an hour this afternoon. Still windy tonight. Overnight low chilly. I told you this is a cold air that's coming in. Snow level is going to be down to about 1,200 feet overnight tonight into Saturday. Lots of sunshine Saturday. Still windy at times and below normal. Our normal high temperature this time of the year is about 60 degrees. We're not going to get anywhere near 60 for the afternoon high for the foreseeable future. Below freezing, a distinct possibility Saturday night, Sunday, sunshine, very cold, about 10 degrees below normal. Sunday night, the snow level is going to be right down here on the valley floor, but it doesn't look like there's any precipitation in the forecast. Sunday night and a Monday, and then we look at Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, continued cool and wet weather. And that's it for us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.